Let's go ahead and talk about WordPress and the static pages required for your site. So for your site, you are required to have a home page, a contact page, and a about page. So home, about, and contact. So let's go ahead and go into your back end. You need to go to pages and you want home and contact, and we need to add another one that says add new page, so one that's going to be called about. And on that About page, you're going to talk about why you wanted to start creating this page, what was important for you, more information about that part. So maybe you're going to go ahead and create it on a Word document. Here, I've got a Word document. For your basic pages, you want between 400, 600 words because you want to be able to have enough that they could have something that can be indexed that's got enough content, because it's all about that content that's going to help get you published in the search engines. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this introduction piece that I've got here and copy it and go ahead and paste it in. So right here it's telling me I've got a paragraph. It's got different information about how to customize and play with, move that information around for each different sections. It's building it in different blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my document here. And I want to do something like set a featured image. So you need a featured image for every single one of your publications. So I'm going to go ahead and add new. And maybe I'm going to add a picture of my grandma because this whole project's about her. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this picture, set that as the featured image, and say insert. So I know I've got that. I can set an excerpt. So what is a little bit of information you want to have appear in your publication or in your site about that one page? You can go ahead and look at things like advanced. We don't need to worry about that. I'm not too worried. A drop cap is where you have, there you go, see that very first letter comes down separately. So you've got a lot of different elements to play with, and maybe you want to make sure that pages publish differently. For now, you want publish immediately. Permalink. So what is the information? This is the about page, so that's fine. So it's going to appear under about. Tags. What do you want this page to be about? So I want it to be about Pearl Harbor. And put a comma in for each different time. I want for her name. So you want to have at least 5 to 10 tags per page because these are the things you want to be found for. So I'm going to go World War II, and I'm going to do WWII. I'm going to do WWII and women. I'm going to do ANC for Army Nurse Corps. I'm going to spell out Army Nurse Corps, because these are all ways to help the search engines understand and see what is your page going to be found for. We want to be found for nursing, right? So we want World War II nurse. And I want to spell it out. So remember all that keyword research that you did earlier in the project, and all the things that you want to make sure that you are known for. So I'm going to make sure I filled all that information out, and when I've got it ready, I'm going to say publish. Are you ready to publish? Double check. I want it to be public. I want it to go immediately, and say publish. So because we made this as an about page, we need to actually go back into our customize. We need to make sure we go to our menus, and we need to check that this actually is going to have that about page added. So I'm going to make sure I add that about page, and I can reorder. So I want home, contact, about. Maybe I want about to be above, and let's go ahead and publish that. So now I can see I've got my menus here. It shows the little menus things that you can change. So I'm going to go here to my front side end of my site. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to say I've got my home, my about, and my contact. If I hit about, it's now going to have all this information. And my featured image did not show up. So let's go ahead and go back into my page. And let's go into about. Let's go into, we should get an edit right here. And you've got these little elements right here. It's share this at the bottom. Up to you as to whether or not you're going to have those on. You probably do want to have it on. Make it easier for people to share this information. So let's go ahead and edit. And my featured image, let's go ahead and maybe I want to put my image in right here. So I'm going to go ahead and look at right here, do my drop down, and I want to inline image. Let's go ahead and add that one, insert. Because you want to make sure you've got images throughout. If you click on your image, you should be able to see basically what size it is. You can go into your information and click here, more information, insert before, insert after, add to reusable blocks. There's a lot of different options you have. How you want it to be justified, not justified. So I want to, there you got a lot of different options right there. So I want to go ahead and take a preview, see what it looks like. So I don't love that. So how can I play with how this is appearing? They've changed this recently, so I'm not quite sure where all of this has gone to. Alright, so let's go to image. Alright, that's not helping me. If I double click, there's my link. If I wanted to link to someplace. Edit. What does edit give us? Alright, edit lets us add our alt text. You definitely want to add your alt text because that will help with your results as far as search engine goes. You can have a caption if you wanted to. Oh, undo. Instead of that, let's do. So you want to make sure you go through and customize and fill out all this information for every single one of your elements. And we'll go from there. Alright, I will look up how to play more with those different elements. Let's go ahead and go back out. Let's make sure you have previewed. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to Reverse Pearl Harbor and close and go back. And let's go ahead and populate this home page. So on our home page, let's go ahead, I'm going to go to my information that I had already typed up, so I'm ready to go. Got it all copied, ready, happy, and drop it in. Now, generally, you want to add a image after about every second or third paragraph because it keeps people going as we read. So I'm going to go ahead and go to here to my add image. I'm going to go to my either upload or go to my media library, go grab another one. Whatever it is you're going to be doing throughout your publication, you can write a caption. That's really big. So maybe I want it to be smaller. All right, and update. So you're going to go through and play, and we're going to work more with writing about posts in another video. Bravery. This tells me my site, my size. This is my image. Link to if you wanted to go to another place of a link. And let's go ahead and update. So let's go ahead. Oh, no, I do not want to save. I want to save that page. Make sure it's all good. All right, so I'm going to go back. Let's go ahead and go into our Customize for our design. Now that I've got my 3 pages set up, I want to go to my home page settings. I want my home page to be a static page. It's going to say, okay, what page do you want? And I want it to be this one called Home. And I don't have a post page yet, so I'm going to go ahead and say Publish. And I need to go back into my pages and make one called News, because that's where I'm going to put all of my individual pages with my information. So maybe you're going to have a section for recipes, maybe you're going to have different types of sections. I'm just going to go ahead and call this one News. And it's public, it's Publish. And it's giving me suggestions, things like add tags, so I would need to go through and clean all that up as we go. So now I'm going to go back into my Customize. I'm going to go here to my homepage settings. My homepage is that. My post is now this one called News. So I can go ahead and start with that part. So now if I go to and push Publish, if I go to my site itself, I go to Home. I've got my home here, information that we put in. I can go to my About, the contact that we put in, and now I need to go ahead and customize this contact page. It's got a form for us, so we need to go ahead and go in and make sure that page is the way we want it to be. So let's go into Pages, and let's come here to Contact. And it's going to want to know a few things like when you hit Submit, where is it going to go? Here's my document. What's my featured image? I definitely don't want this weird contact thing, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in the logo there instead. Page attributes, parents, all that good stuff. Update. So that will get your general static pages put together, and I'll go ahead and do another video about how to play with the pictures.